Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does, without me lifting a finger. So I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
Uh-oh. The last cookie.
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
Hello and welcome to Away Days with Woody and Piers. I am Piers.
And I'm Woody. You sounded unsure again if you were Piers.
No, I am Piers.
That's good. I'm just checking.
Yeah. We are doing our second edition of A to Z of Away Days.
Yeah, and despite you trying to be a rock and roll rebel and say we should do it in a random order, logic has won out, and we are going to do this in alphabetical order. Thank you.
I don't think that desire came from anything other than love of a good football draw. So
Maybe.
I don't think it's anything to do with rock and roll. It's actually just purely because I love drawing numbers out of a hat.
Fair enough. Heated balls? Conspiracy theory?
Heated balls. What are we talking about? So no, we're not doing that for now.
Okay, fair enough.
We're going with B.
Yeah, so B, letter B, Sesame Street style. Today is going to be for Burnley, Bochum, and your local team whose shirt you're currently wearing.
Yeah.
Billericay.
We shall discuss. Billericay 10. Yes. We've gone for full football league, non-league, and abroad.
Varied.
Yeah. And this is not going to happen every week, but one of us have been to all three grounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have ground ticks aplenty.
Which is great.
Completed it. So, shall we start up in Burnley?
Burnley.
So
this is your ground tick.
It's my ground tick, which is ironic because Burnley for Argyle over the years is by Turf Moor is an absolute graveyard for us. We never get anything there ever. Although my ground tick came when we being my bandmates in the popular combo Bastille were doing some work. Tour prep up in Padiham, which is actually where it's near to Burnley, where they actually train near there. That's unrelated to why we were there. So yeah, we had an evening off, and Burnley were home to Leicester. This is then in the Premier League, and we popped down on a Tuesday night, cold February, and it was quite a flat game, I suppose. James Maddison scored a worldly free kick. Leicester won 2-0 quite comfortably.
Did you sit in the home end or the away end?
I sat in the home end.
Why?
Because
would you? Oh, with your mate. Fine.
Yeah.
Would you have been able to get a ticket in the away end?
Nah. Normally, I believe away tickets get sent to the away club, so like they aren't even available to buy at the home ground.
That's a shame. That is a shame.
It's fine. So
I'm unticked.
Yeah,
I'm unticked, but Turf Moor. I've always wanted to go to Turf Moor. Maybe just once, but I wanted to do it. I haven't done it.
So when I was there, I went and met a friend of mine, Jack Kennedy from the rock band The Horror. So shout out Jack for giving us plenty of research for this episode. I went and met him in a Burnley pub, which it may have changed its name since. Was called the Lord Dyche, and they had a painted picture of Sean Dyche like looking like Henry VIII, like on the sign. It's perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
So perfect.
Have you seen Have you seen Bank of Dave, the film?
Yeah, fantastic film.
It's great. I mean, there are two things that are really great about that. Obviously, it's got a football connection in that they have this Def Leppard concert at Turf Moor to raise funds, which did not happen, by the way, in real life. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, it's fictional for the film. And then you get the old Sean Dyche cameo, don't you?
What a guy! Sorry, I stand corrected. It's called the Royal Dyche. It's a very crudely photoshopped face of Sean Dyche on Henry VIII's body. It's really
I wonder
nice.
How many English managers have got their own IMDb page?
I bet Graham Taylor's got one.
Yeah.
Been in a few docos.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's fantastic.
This is so good, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
The Royal Dyche. Also, the bouncers. But I came in wearing my fairly subtle, I thought, Argyle hat. It's black. And the bouncers are like, sorry, mate, Burnley fans only. He's like, look, I'm meeting my mate. It's literally, I can see him in the corner there, who's dressed head to toe in claret and blue. And I'm from down south. I'm not a Leicester fan. Let us in, Midger. He's like, all right, fine.
Can I also say, as I discussed in the last A to Z pod, another tick for the Royal Dyche. They allow outside food in.
Wow.
So there you go.
I'm going to say the Royal Dyche is going to be our next stop then. The Royal Dyche. Yeah, it's still there. It looks like it.
Yeah.
Royal Dyche. What a fantastic, fantastic image. Anyway, sorry, we digress. I went and met said pal Jack at the Royal Dyche, and he has sent me a ton of Burnley stats. He's a diehard Burnley fan. But his dad also used to play for Burnley. Yeah, his dad was Steve Kennedy. He was a centre-back for Burnley.
Steve Kennedy. That's great. That's a proper footballer name, isn't it?
Isn't it just? So would you like, Piers, some Burnley facts?
Yes, I love facts.
So they are one of only 5 teams to have won all 4 English professional leagues.
That's good.
That is very good.
Give me the other 4.
He did mention it weirdly. Benny and Ott. Have you heard of Benny and Ott?
No, I have not, Woody.
So, Benny and Ott is. I thought it was. I was on a. Sorry, I thought Jack was on a wind up until my other Burnley mate confirmed it. It's a fucking mental drink that they only have at Burnley. It's like Benedictine and hot water.
Sounds delish.
So, Benny and Hot popularity grew with the troops of Lancashire towns, such as Accrington and Burnley. It's 50-50, Benedictine DOM liquor, and hot water with a squeeze of lemon juice. And this seems to have usurped Bovril at Turf Moor by all accounts.
Wow. Wonder if they serve it at the Royal Dyche.
They must do.
Come on.
Also, this also gets me thinking: like, how many clubs have their own like signature drink?
That is a great question. I cannot answer.
Obviously, all your West Country clubs have pasties, but that's kind of a bit more ubiquitous. But
let's look into specific football related drinks.
I mean, Bovril, obviously.
I mean, yeah, which we still need to try together. All right.
We should do a Bovril taste test and a Benny and Hot.
Yeah, all right. But we've got to go to Burnley for it, because then I can get a ground tick. Yeah.
Yeah.
We played them years ago when we had one season in the Championship, and then we had this weird. I mean, this happens to big teams all the time, which we are not. We had Colchester United in the same league at the same year in the same season, and they were not going to give us enough tickets for the demand. So they did they basically did, I think it's for season ticket holders, and anything beyond that for loyalty, you had to go to Burnley away on a Tuesday night. Right?
That sounds like a punishment.
Yeah. So I do know of a couple of people that went there purely for the kind of points or the ticket or whatever you needed to then therefore get the loyalty bonus to get the ticket for Colchester United away. And then we were doing so badly around that time that by the time that the game had happened, there was no need for it. So I don't think we sold out. I don't think we sold our allocation at Colchester, so no need to go. But I did not go, and I almost went. But do you know what the score was?
0-0.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
What else would it have been?
0-0 for a game that quite a few people that would have attended did not need to attend.
Next thing I'm going to say, I'm going to attach the word allegedly at the front to rid ourselves of any legal obligation or libel. So Jack says, this is about his dad, Steve Kennedy, former centre-back for Burnley. And I will stop saying that accent because it's terrible. After each season, when the ground was reseeded, ready for the new season, my dad was given permission by the club groundsman to shoot the pigeons that would fly and eat the seeds until police were called by an overlooking housing estate due to a rogue gunman in the stadium. And he'd have to hide in the groundsman's office until they left. So it sounds like that happened more than once.
Wow. A shooting at Turf Moor.
I know.
Multiple shootings.
When John Bond was a manager in 83-84, he had the entire away team dressing room painted brown and the boilers for the away team radiators and showers disconnected for every game. That's just petty.
Yeah.
And this one really raised my eyebrows. Players would often prank each other by putting live king crabs in the communal players' baths so that when they jumped in after the games, training the crabs would pinch or bite them. Like, you could lose a bollock to a king crab.
Surely that didn't happen.
I mean, I say allegedly.
Allegedly. It's a good story.
Yeah. Apparently, they used to rub a thing called capsicum, which I'm guessing is deep heat, in other players' boxer shorts in the showers, which is now a banned cream and a healthily hot version of deep heat. It was only allowed to be applied by doctors. Seems like the same sort of antics, really. Sounds like play for Burnley is pretty tough. Then you got shootings going on, king crabs in the bath, no hot water.
No hot water. That's the one that kills me. No hot water. Can't do it.
No,
I can't do extreme temperatures at all. I'm not. I couldn't possibly go on. I'm a celebrity. Discuss this.
No,
those cold showers are too much for me. Everything else fine, but cold showers, no.
No, I can't do it. And final fact as well, before I start turning into the Burnley Wikipedia page. Burnley were one of the 8 founding members of the Football League. I didn't realise.
I reckon if you'd have asked me who were the 8 founding members of the Football League, I might have guessed Burnley. Yeah, because they've been playing. Hasn't Turf Moor? It's had like sports. It's been a sports ground for almost 200 years, isn't it? So yeah, it's nice to actually talk about a ground that you've been to and I haven't. Yeah,
I can confirm, very accessible. Quite a few pubs actually in the vicinity. Obviously, why go anywhere but the Royal Dyche? But you know, others are on offer. It's just a proper historic ground.
Yeah, I'm happy to go to Burnley. That was one of my ground ticks that we are. I cannot imagine us playing Burnley for a number of years. So I'm happy to do a neutral visit with you.
Mutual swap. Yeah.
We'll do a weekender. We'll do like Bath on a Saturday and Burnley on a Sunday.
Oh, are we going to do like a letter themed weekend then as well?
Didn't think about that, but yeah, I guess we could. Yeah, see if Birmingham are at home on the Friday night.
We'll just keep going further north, like Bath, Burnley, and Blythe Spartans.
God, yeah, tracking it.
For work though, it's fine.
For work.
Otherwise.
So yeah, clubs that are not included in our list of Bs. Other clubs that are included in our list of Bs.
However,
where should we go next?
Shall we stay on these hallowed shores for now, and then we can hop on the plane? Or boat?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I will say that when we were talking about which B to select, you actually selected Billericay.
I did, yes.
You mentioned it. So I'm wearing the 2013-2014 Billericay Town Umbro shirt with teamkitsdirect.com as the main sponsor. And have you ever thought about studying the Billericay Town badge much before?
No, I'm looking now. Who's that?
And it's the Mayflower, which is very similar to the badge of
Plymouth Argyle.
a team very close to your heart, Plymouth Argyle.
Yes, I have that very same ship inked on my arm.
Yes.
So I do.
So, if we're going to talk about history here,
Come on then.
four locals from Billericay ended up being on the Mayflower. And one of them, Christopher Martin. This is weird. So they made it round to Plymouth, which is where
Which is a lot. That's a long old poke in itself before you even leave for America.
Well, this is the thing. So his wife died at Plymouth before they'd even left, and he still left. He's like, I mean, good on him because
in for a penny at that point, really.
They achieved a little bit, but like, I guess that's a bit of a grim one, isn't it?
Yeah. So I love the absolute laziness of the Pilgrims as well. It's like they literally left all they've known, gone to the New World, founded a new city. What should we call it? Like, where did we leave from? Plymouth. Yeah, call it that.
Yeah, we've got a Billericay is in Massachusetts as well.
Ah,
yeah, they just couldn't be bothered.
It's just lazy.
My local pub, which is no longer there, when I was growing up in Billericay, was called the Mayflower.
Nice.
One of only 2 schools in Billericay is called Mayflower School.
Mate, there's a theme here.
Absolutely love that ship.
Yeah,
absolutely love it. And my one of my houses at my junior school was Mayflower.
Was it?
Yeah.
Those used to pick mental shit.
We had Mayflower, Pilgrim, Chantry, and something else. Anyway, Billericay town.
Yeah, talk to me.
I mean, famous people out of Billericay. Unbelievably, I don't make it onto the Billericay Wikipedia page.
You have declared for Southend, mate. So I don't know what else you expect.
Not Billericay town. I'm just talking Billericay in general, mate. I grew up there.
All right. Who is then?
Fine. I'm not famous enough. Who was born there?
Yeah.
Richard Osman.
Nice.
Lee Evans lives there.
Does he?
Yeah. Alison Moyo was born there. Kevin Painter, the old darts player.
Okay, we're getting niche now, but yes.
June Whitfield from Terry and June. All the big ones. And much to the disdain of one or 2 friends of ours, the male model David Gandy, who I played in a junior school football team with.
Did he?
I did, yeah. Yeah, he was. He looked after his hair very well then.
I mean, it's paid off. Let's be honest.
He's done all right. I can't tell you which house he was in, but yeah, he did play. I think he played in midfield. Pretty sure he played on the wing. Of course,
was he pretty quick? Was he?
Don't know. We were like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's quick then.
But anyway, Billericay Town. Did you know this? They won. No, of course you didn't. We won the FA Vars in 1976, 1977, and 1979.
Wow.
3 years out of 4.
What a run.
And in the 1979 final, Doug Young scored a hat-trick. And he's the only player to have scored a hat-trick in any FA Vars final. And he was the first player to score a hat-trick at Wembley since Jeff Hurst. So eat those facts.
Delicious, Moorish. What is the highest tier that Billericay's ever reached?
That would be effectively the 6th tier. So one
National
below.
League South.
Yeah, it wasn't called that then. It used to be. They've had a lot of non-league restructuring, which you'll know absolutely nothing about. This is not a non-league pyramid show. But yeah, that's the non-league have had lots of shuffling around. But effectively, yeah, tier 6.
Have Billericay got any hilariously photoshopped pub signs on the pubs nearby?
No, I'm really sorry. We haven't. No.
Like the Royal Moye, like Alison Moye looking like Elizabeth I. Could be good.
No, we haven't got any of that, I'm afraid. No.
Any pubs?
Yeah, there's loads of pubs. Yeah, I mean, not as many as it used to be. I used to be able to do an 11 pub crawl down Billericay High Street, which was strong.
Very strong.
But no, if you're going to go to the game, we're going to go out of the station. You're going to turn right, and you're going to drink in the railway, and then you're going to cross the road, and you're going to go and drink in the Crown, and then you're going to take a 15-minute walk past my nan's old house, and end up at a now very newly developed. It's called New Lodge. Very newly developed ground because, as we have previously discussed on the show, we had a little bit of a crook of an owner who threw a lot of money at it. So they have levelled out the pitch. It's a plastic pitch, all 4 brand new stands, massive new clubhouse, all that. But I do miss. There's an element that I don't like change. Okay.
Change isn't good.
So, yeah, the ground used to have a little 120 capacity seated stand, which was shaped such that it was called the Pac-Man stand. Yeah, because it wasn't particularly wide, and it looked like a Pac-Man from the side. Yeah,
I mean, why not?
You paid
£1 fans up.
You paid £1. Well, actually, no, you used to pay 50p, I think, to sit in there, like an additional 50p. That's how it worked. Back in the day, when I was growing up in my teens, it was a little bit smaller than it was now, but there used to be a little payphone. And it used to, after the game, I swear this was the case, but I'm pretty sure like national newspapers would ring up. The payphone was the phone number you'd ring up to find out what the score was. So they put it in the paper, and it's just kind of like constantly ringing at the end of the game, and people just like giving out the score. I was so tempted to just give them
incorrect,
pick it up and just go, yep, 8-7.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, what a game! What a game.
I had to get my home's landline number changed because it's either it's like 1 digit wrong, or it used to be someone else's number and it got changed. Anyway, it used to be the number for like a sort of care home / hospice. So I get people ringing up like once a day. It's like, I'll speak to so and so, please. It's like, this is someone's house. Like, no, you always give me the runaround. I want to talk to him. It's like, fuck off. Stop phoning my house. Dave is not here.
One number away.
Yeah, fucking really annoying.
So yeah, obviously all the club events used to be in all the like end of season player of the year awards. They got a little bit messy when you're 14, 15.
Yeah.
We weren't really supposed to be in there. I feel like I remember us turning up. We bought tickets. And we turned up to the end of season player of the year awards, and we were clearly too young. And they're like, "Right, we'll let you in, but he can't." Like pointing at what he can't drink. He's not allowed to drink, and you're not allowed. It's one of those.
Don't take the piss, yeah.
Anyway, so we did, and I remember coming out of the clubhouse, semi-steaming myself, and finding one of our players called Paul Shirt throwing up over the sponsor boards onto the pitch. And this like 14-year-old lad comes up, and I was like trying to help him like lift his spirits a little bit, and he, on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or something, he'd scored direct from a corner, I think, against Berkhamsted. Ooh. And I went up, I was like, that goal you scored was well good. Like with my arm over him whilst he's throwing up over the pitch. You really do connect with the players the lower down you get.
Also, when you get down to that level, often with like uni teams or whatever, or just whatever friendly teams, especially with cricket, you get end of season fines, but the fine being generally you're going to get funneled. Was there much funneling going on there, or were they too professional for that?
I wouldn't say they were too professional for that. No, there was still a lot of smokers in the squad. For example,
I'd be a big advocate. Obviously, give out nice little medals and trophies for like most assists, whatever, top goal scorer, most improved, etc. But I want like howler of the season, like someone who like missed the worst open goal.
I think they would have done that behind closed doors.
Yeah,
they would definitely have done it. Yeah, but no, it was a nice little family club. In fact, a friend of the family who's no longer with us. He used to be the club physio, and he actually was a physio at one of those FA Vars finals.
Nice.
It's quite pretty cool. Ended up being.
Is he a qualified position or just like bloke with sponge and bucket?
I mean, I'm probably going to go with more closer to the latter than the former. But so he's at Wembley, and this story actually might confirm that. So he's there's this incident that's happened where two of the opposition are injured, and they obviously don't have multiple trainers
Weird,
or physios for teams in the FA Vase final. So he runs on. He goes to treat the other player, and he's like rubbing down his leg and giving it the sponge and all of that stuff. And after a little while, he's like, "All right, mate, is that feeling any better?" He's like, "No, it's the wrong bloody leg." Middle of Wembley.
Yeah, it's the one with the bone sticking out. Like, oh, all right, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, let me get a sponge on that.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. I'll fix you right up.
Oh, there's so much to talk about Billericay with here, but we haven't got enough time. But I've always enjoyed this, and I want this to be fact because I've read this in 2 or 3 different places, but I've never talked to anybody about it. That that we won some floodlights. We won some floodlights, right? It was in the Philips Electrical Floodlight Competition final against Friar Lane Old Boys. Apparently, it's a 6-a-side tournament, which was played the day after the FA Vase final against Sheffield. Can you imagine?
There's a lot to unpack there. Sorry, they give.
I can't unpack it.
Stadium floodlights must cost obscene money.
They won them. Yeah, I mean they wouldn't have been as good as they are now. Let's just be honest with that. This is the late 70s.
I mean, still.
But imagine like winning at Wembley. Everyone going out on the lash and go, "Oh, hang on a minute, we've got that 6-a-side tomorrow. And if we win, we get some floodlights." Yeah,
I quite like that. That's kind of like a sort of career mode on FIFA. It's like if you win, you can like upgrade your stadium a little bit. You can now put in purple seats.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to know how much they cost. No,
unless they were like B stock, semi-damaged, I would just give them away.
And they hosted a whole competition with them as a prize. I don't think they do that. Anyway, I want that to be true so much. I need to check. I'll check that out, certify it. But
I wonder if like just random teams can enter it rather than like actual clubs. Can you imagine if like you and your mates got together, just win a set of floodlights, get that end of the garden.
Yeah, I saw the. I saw talking about floodlights. I saw a little tweet yesterday, or like a repeated, pictures just do the rounds like on an annual basis almost.
Yeah,
and it's one of like 4 people carrying this really long thing in a black covering, and it just says "R.I.P. Peter Crouch," and I think he re-messaged it saying, I have to check. I have to like correct people on this every year. It's a floodlight. Like, but it looks good. It looks good. Talking about money and lower league and old school. So when I first watched Billericay, I guess my first Billericay town hero was a guy called Steve Jones, and he just lost his job at the Yardley soap factory, and still kept at it and persisted because he was getting a bit of interest. And about 3 months later, he got signed by West Ham for £22,500, which is a weird amount of money.
Yeah,
like at any stage. But he did actually end up scoring at White Hart Lane, so that would never happen now, would it?
No,
going from like level 7 up to it would have been a Premier League within a year. And they increased his wages.
Go on.
To £400 a week.
Okay.
Yeah, which is again, I don't know. I've got no gauge.
Well, so what year is this again? Sorry,
1992. How much was a pint in 1992? Let's look it up. Hang on. The average price of a pint of beer in the UK was around £1.29. So how many beers could he have got?
So that's 400 divided by 1.29.
310 pints a week. That's not bad, actually.
He's never finishing all that.
So anyway,
after tax. Sorry.
Yeah, after tax. After tax, 310 pints. That's worse than Andy Ford, isn't that?
I would be a big fan if in future they didn't announce players' wages in terms of money per week. I want pints per week.
I wonder how many pints a week Mo Salah is on.
And also, I don't think he drinks, so wasted on him.
So yeah, that's Billericay Town in a little mini nutshell. It is well worth a visit these days because the facilities are great.
I look forward to it.
They're low enough down that you can stand by the pitch and have a little pint.
Stick it on the list.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you should definitely go so you can connect up the two clubs that have the Mayflower on the badge.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to tell you that Michelob Ultra is giving you the chance to win tickets to the NBA Finals. That's right, the 2025 NBA Finals. Just head to MichelobUltra.com/NBA Finals. Michelob Ultra Courtside NBA Finals Sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents, excluding Maryland residents. 21 up. Begins at 9 a.m. EST on February 16th, 2025. Ends on May 5th, 2025. See official rules at MichelobUltra.com/rules for price and details. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Shall we pack our bags and go abroad, Piers?
Yeah. This is another of my ground ticks. I would love to take you here.
I think
that'd be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did. I did a stag do once. I think we've mentioned this actually. My mate Jamie got married, and his stag do was in Dusseldorf, and so we could go and see Fortuna Düsseldorf. And then the game got moved to a Monday night, so we had to find an alternative. But I think I might have even now, having been to Fortuna Düsseldorf on another stag do. I'm delighted we actually went to Bochum. Or Bochum?
Bochum.
Yeah, Bochum. We have been sent an extensive WhatsApp voice note about Bochum by, do you know what? He's a really good friend of mine called Archie. Did you ever get this? He's called Archie. He's great. And his surname, I don't quite know how to pronounce. And I've known him for too long now that I don't really want to ask.
I would like to hear you try and butcher it, though. No.
Well, it's either Archie Rindtut, because it's double barrel, or it's Archie Rindtut, spelled R-H-I-N-D. How are you spelling it? How are you saying that?
R-H-I-N-D?
Yeah.
You're rolling it a bit? Rindtut?
I can't roll. I can't roll, dude. No, I've never been a roller.
just a rocker.
So Archie we may even get him on the show at some stage because he has been to some grounds, but he is the other side of the rope Bundesliga reporter. He's just got the best job. It makes me sick. So he's left us a lovely voice note about Bochum, which we can delve into.
Piers, Woody, Bochum, what a place. Bochum. So, in my very privileged job, as Piers likes to remind me, I get to go to Bochum once or twice a season, and it is a delight. They are, if I'm doing this as a starter pack for introducing you to Bochum, it is situated in the Ruhr, in the west of Germany, and they are always an underdog, and that is a characteristic that beats through the city. And I've been to Bochum by car, but if you're going as on an away day, you get the train there, and then you start doing the walk up the hill from the station to the stadium. And on that, you'll pass by the planetarium. You'll pass by the Starlight Express musical theatre, which has been running since 1988. Only longer, I think, runs right now of anything are in London and New York. So, Bochum is a place to be.
Right. So you pass a planetarium and basically a West End show.
That's not what I was expecting, especially like in the Ruhr, where it's meant to be like industrial heartland.
I tell you what, you also pass a planetarium on the route from Southern Victoria to Route Saul. We won't go there. I was going to say, find me another ground that you pass a planetarium on the way to the ground. But then I realised my own club has one. So I've never been to it. So on tour, we actually stayed in a hotel right next to Starlight Express. It's one of those where you like turn up at like 1 a.m, knackered, and then you leave. It was a splitter van job, right?
Early start then.
And then you leave early. I had no idea I was like 2 minutes away from Bochum's ground. I would have been livid to find that out and not have actually even looked at it. So that's Starlight Express. We didn't go.
No.
There's a few more things you got to do. You've got to have some currywurst.
Yes.
Which you may have heard of before. It is like kind of dark tomato gravy on top of some chopped bratwurst.
Incorrect.
But Bochum claims to be the founding city of it. Berlin has something to say about that as well, but whilst you're in Bochum, you say it's from Bochum in it. And yeah, you gorge yourself on a bit of that in the stadium. And after that, like, you're in this old style, I'd say, you're close to the pitch. The players can hear everything that is being said about them. And that's after the players have emerged up from a tunnel, which is designed like an old mine shaft, because Bochum is a city which has its roots in coal mining and steel. And then probably one of the best things about the stadium experience there is just before kickoff, they play this song. I'm only going to play 3 seconds of it, but the start of it really gives you the mood of it. Oh, hang on. One more time. It is by Herbert Grönemeyer.
I can confirm, because we can't play this. I've listened to the whole thing. Have you?
No.
Oh, mate. It's so awful and good. Like, it's got... I can't... Obviously, it all adds to it when you don't understand a single word that's being sung.
Right? Fully.
It looks like, it looks like that he's singing every word with his like clenched fist in the air and just like pumping down on it.
Is he holding a dove?
He's probably released 3 or 4 by now.
Good, right.
There's a sax solo in it.
Oh, God.
Like really long sax solo, and there's a key change in it.
Oh.
It's got everything, honestly.
Does he get up like off his stool on the key change, a la Westlife?
I've only listened to the audio. I think the vision in your head will always be better than the reality.
I'm picturing a blonde mullet.
I don't know.
Mustache.
We'll have a look, won't we?
Let's have a little look.
But yeah, that's the. It's called. And I said to him, and when Archie sent this through, and I said, "What is the title of the song? Do you know what it's called?"
No.
Bochum.
Fine.
It's just called Bochum. I thought you might have guessed that.
I mean, it was so obvious. I thought it couldn't possibly be that. Backtrack to currywurst for a second. That is my favourite pisshead food in the world, bar none. The thick tomatoey sauces under it is curry ketchup. In fact, I've got a bottle of it downstairs.
It's very, very difficult to get out of like grey, creamy jeans.
Yeah. Is that speaking from experience?
Yeah, I ruined a pair of jeans in Cologne last time I was there.
Anyone wearing light-coloured trousers is feeling very fucking brave.
Yeah, well, I learned my lesson, and they're in the bin somewhere. So yeah, I didn't know that they claim to originating there.
Yeah, the argument.
It's a bit different. Should we finish?
Yeah, go on then.
And he's saying, deep in the west, where the sun gets dusty, and then he goes on and is really quite, emotional and romantic about how the city, may not have the most glorious face, but it is a fantastic place. And as you might have
Body
guessed,
of Baywatch, face of crime.
They are very much all about battling against the odds. They once had a nickname of being unrelegatable, unabsteigbar, as you would say in German, until they were relegated from the Bundesliga in the early 90s. But they've made a comeback, several comebacks since. Relegation is a feeling that they are still quite familiar with. And last season, I saw them complete one of the most miraculous escapes. They were 3-0 down after the first leg of the relegation playoff against Fortuna Düsseldorf, and that was at home. And then they went away to Fortuna Düsseldorf and won on penalties after pulling it back to 3-0, 3-3 in normal time. This is a club of character, and you just got to jump all in. If you go to Bochum, you will have a great time. If you don't have a good time, I think you just have to question yourself. One of my favourite places to go. And I hope that informs you a little bit more about the wonderful city of Bochum.
Very much.
Basically,
cool.
If you don't have a good time, it's your own fault.
I think we could do big boy back-to-back weekend, or even like make it a mega weekender. Go to Burnley, go and get some sessions in down the Royal Dyche, Manchester Airport up the road, fly to Bochum.
And the plus side one of the plus sides of Bochum's ground is if you get into serious trouble, then they're literally next door to a prison, so you haven't got to go too far to bed. Literally over the road. So
fantastic.
Bosh. One other kind of quirky little away day-esque fact about Bochum's ground is it once hosted a Champions League game between CSKA Moscow and Rangers in 1992 because due to bad weather in the region. So they just turned their home game into it's 2,313 miles. So
is that equidistant between Rangers and Moscow? No. Happy.
No, it's definitely not. Yeah, 25 hours in a car, that.
Non-stop.
For a home game as well. For a home game.
Bloody nightmare.
I hope they offered them free pies or free pints.
Currywurst.
Free currywurst, yeah. I'd have done it for that.
Yeah, I think the same.
So yeah, we'll do a mega weekend. We'll do like see if Bath can do Friday night. Give them a call, and then we'll head up to Burnley Saturday.
Yeah. Benny or not,
and then we'll fly out Saturday night. Do Bochum on the Sunday if we can give them a call. Tell them that two of them are coming over. Maybe they'll move it.
I'll let you explain to the wives for us.
It's work. It's work. You explain. It's work.
Work. God damn it.
Anyway, I would thoroughly recommend Bochum or Billericay, and I will fight anyone that says it's rubbish. And
I don't think anyone is.
No. So next week.
Yes.
Also, thank you for anybody that contacted us about our interview with Mr. Winwood, Mr. Barnsley, Mr. Northern Barnsley.
The mayor of Barnsley.
We did just have. I saw that somebody commented on Ian saying that he would rather see a Nazi 11 win against Arsenal. Someone just stuck an emoji of a middle finger up and out.
I mean, he might have deserved that a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. If you go out, if you stick your neck out that much,
I would call that a fair comment.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, so next week we've got Mr. Stuart Laws, I believe.
Comedian Stuart Laws, Spurs fan, not seen Spurs away loads, but seen loads of other people away.
Yeah.
Yeah, been around and about.
Just a genuine like sports junkie, it would appear. Just goes if anyone's got any sort of game going on, tiddlywinks, he's there.
Yeah, he's been a season ticket holder at White Hart Lane. Was it White Hart Lane or was it New Ground? Anyway, don't want to spoil it.
See for yourself next week. And if you have any other stories you wish to share with us about your club, you can reach us on @WoodyPiersAway on the socials or on email Piers.
WoodyPiersAway@gmail.com.
Yes, you said it with such certainty. It's fantastic.
If we missed anything to do with Bochum or Billericay or Burnley, I can't imagine we did, because obviously that was thoroughly extensive. There's simply nothing else to know about these clubs and grounds. Then feel free to get in contact if we have missed any stupid, funny nonsense connected with your clubs that we have already mentioned, and any that we haven't mentioned, chuck them our way.
There you go. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.